Hello everyone, welcome to Magical Me. I'm Jamie Mendez, spiritual intuitive and oracle, and I'm here with my weekly Moonday message. Now this is going to be a message for the collective good, for all of those who find themselves here watching, and even those who don't find themselves watching. It is still a message for all of us as one. And I do believe in divine synchronicity as well as divine timing. And that means it does not matter when you are watching this message. It doesn't matter if it is live or during the replay months from now. You hear this message exactly when it is that you most need to hear it. As everyone that finds themselves here, I do believe that you'll find a message that resonates with you uniquely unto what you most need to know or hear. Hello, beautiful Jillian and Reese, Courtney. Welcome, lovelies. Thank you so much for being here. So before I really get going, and Brenna, welcome. Can everybody hear me, see me okay? No problems with video quality? Hi, Heather. Hello, Dawn. Welcome. Just want to make sure all is well before I start. Noreen, hello, beautiful. Welcome. Yes, all is well here. I hope with you as well, sweetheart. Bridget. Ooh, Jillian. 1111. Hello, Gregory, Bree, and Trista. Welcome, everybody. So just let me know that everything is good, sound-wise, video-wise. Hello, Kelly. Welcome. Oh, thank you, Jillian. I love you. Thanks, ladies. All right, so really quickly for anybody who is new to my page, welcome. Again, this is a message for the collective good, utilizing both my oracle cards as well as my own intuitive abilities. So I try to, I should say, every Monday, and so long as Dawn or divine timing allows me to do so, I do try to come here and pull a message for all of us. Really just to give us that heads up, the assistance and what we most need to know going into the energy of a week. And having that awareness does allow us to be mindful when things occur in our lives and in the world around us. It really helps us to come into flow and in the connectedness or interconnectedness with the earth and the energy and all around us, as well as potentially any of the energetic alignments coming in with planets and the moon and, you know, all of that fun stuff. So this really does give us that heads up to go in flow with the energy versus trying to struggle against it. Okay. Hi, Lindsay, Maggie, Bridge. Hello, Laura. Oh, thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you, Bree. Wonderful, Dawn. Thank you. All right, so hi, Linz, Karen. All right, I'm just going to, before I forget, try to share my, let everybody know that I am on, although quite a few of you already know that. Hi, Gina. Welcome, sweetheart. I'm going to try. Anyway, we'll see. Oh, there we go. If I can just type. So how is everybody? That's a great question. And Heather did actually ask in the comments. I don't know if anybody saw that. Oh, no worries, Bree. That's okay. Thank you so much for being here. And Maggie, yes, tell your mother I said hello as well. And thanks for watching, ladies. So how is everybody? It's a great question. How are you? I really do want to know. Okay. I think I got one down. Yes, Bridge, yes. I know. It's the theme. And you just came back from a trip, right? Are you home, actually? Or are you isolated where you are on your trip? Oh, Bridget. I know. And thank you so much for doing what you do. You know, I know. Hang in there, sister. It's tough, but remember, just do your best. Mindfulness and positive thoughts regarding it. Okay. All right. I think I'm pretty much done here. Oh, wow. I mean, that's kind of a good thing, but is it? You know? Okay. Hey, Liz, welcome. Let me see. What did I miss? Oh, Reese, I know. I have my moments. I get spurts of energy and then I get really tired. And I actually thought that I was going to be too tired to do Moonday this evening, but I did get a sudden whoop, burst of energy. So here I am, and for really good reason. I have something exciting to share with everyone, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. Oh, good, Bridge. Trista says, things here, if I didn't know retrograde is over, I'd swear it is hitting us hard, but pushing through it. Good. Good for you. Yeah, I mean, that's the best that we can do, right? Is just flow. That's the most important thing, I think, is to flow. And have our moments when we have them. Dawn says that, she had a bit of a meltdown, pulled herself out of it. Good for you. It's okay to have those moments, it's okay to express yourself. Communicate it is important. So if you need to just talk to somebody else, have a conversation with yourself. I caught myself talking to myself out loud. I think it was yesterday. It's okay to do that. We are human, and it's not okay to suppress. Not at all. I'm an advocate for working through your stuff, because that is the only way that we heal it. Bottling it all up, pretending things aren't happening is not okay, but it is also not okay to dwell, to fearmonger, to create fear. We deal with it. We do the best that we can. We pick it up. We move on. It's all we can do. Okay? Yes, Noreen, that's a really great point. That we're all able to be here is such a blessing. Yeah, thank you for saying that. Hey, Lala, welcome. Lauren, welcome, love. Courtney says, I am stressed out. I'm stressed. My job ends on Friday and my last shot didn't work, and Jesse is not adjusting well to the new school at home. Oh, deep breaths, Mama, deep breaths. I'm very, very sorry. We're going to get through this. We're all going to get through this. I know it's scary, but just deep breaths and just try to flow. And we are hoping and praying and sending those intentions that this is going to be over as fast as it came. Okay, so that's all we can do is hold the vision. So I have something to do with everybody today too, and I hope that does help a little bit. Okay. All right. All right. Yes, cry it out. Cry it out. Just this is the energy of the world is not positive right now, so it's easy to get bogged down just having a cry it out. Yeah, you're right, because there's so much more for more those that are, I guess, I don't know if I like the word unconscious, but people who are not aware of really what's going on in the big picture. It's harder. Even those of us who are aware of the big picture, we still have our moments, afraid. But for those of us who are energy sensitives, and we do get affected by it. And what I'll tell you about that is, instead of reacting, or I should say, instead of chiding yourself for reacting and being consumed by it, acknowledge it, and acknowledge that you are probably taking on the collective, and then know that you have a divine ability to transmute it then. So calling in work with the violet flame, asking Archangel Michael to take it and clear it, grounding it out into the earth and asking Mother Earth to do what she can with it. Mother Earth knows how to heal and transmute herself, clearly. It's what she's doing right now. So, those of you who are sensitive and you're taking it on and you know that it's not yours, honor it, acknowledge what it is, and then take it and transmute it in however it is that you most feel comfortable doing so, okay? Happy Moonday, Lala. All right, so, see if I'm missing. Oh, I am. I'm missing all these comments. What is happening? Hi, Tammy. Welcome, beautiful. Lara, welcome. Megan. All right, welcome. Okay, so news and announcements. There aren't really any. As you know, it's a little difficult with what's going on in the world right now, but for good reason as well, which I'm going to talk about in a second. So with myself here at Magical Me and Oracles of the Light, we are offering our services online, remotely. This way, people don't stop needing help. People don't stop needing some guidance or empowerment or inspiration. And people are probably more in need of healing now than ever. So we are offering our Reiki services remotely. So you can reach out to us if you're interested. We actually have decided to cut our rates almost in half because of the situations that are going on right now in the world. We are very sympathetic to everybody's financial situations. So we're offering 30-minute remote healing sessions for $35 at this time. And we have a sliding scale. So it's not really like set in stone. We still will work with people. Because again, we too, we're not excluded from taking the hits financially and things that are going on. So we're all in this together. So we're doing our best, and we are here to help. That's really what we're here for. Is kind of what we've been doing, what we do for, to help, to advocate, to do what we can do. So if it is through an oracle guidance reading, we can offer that online. We can also do video chats and just a video recording. And again, our energy healing services are available through either we can just designate times through messages and we send it that way. We do not have to have an in-person connection through the video, or we can actually do the video if that makes someone feel more comfortable as well. So just reach out. We are here. Our usual oracle card reading rate is $45 for 30 minutes, but we have decided to offer mini sessions as well for $22. So it's still not, for some people, maybe not breaking the bank, and just trying to keep it feasible for everyone involved and everyone concerned. Okay. Hey, Fred. Hey, Beth. Hey, Meredith. Welcome. Just talking about the news and announcements, which really are none other than the services the oracles and I are still offering. Again, we're here. If you need us, just reach out, let us know. And then the energy or empathy forecast. Well, we've kind of been talking about it through the comments here. And we're all aware of the energy empathy forecast and what's going on in the world energetically right now. But what I would like to add to that so the new moon is tomorrow, and we all know that new moons are a time of renewal, rebirth. Hello, Flo. Welcome, sweetheart. It's a time for rebirth, renewal, for planting new seeds, and manifesting or setting intentions to create what we want in our lives. Considering there is a new moon tomorrow, I think this is a wonderful time for everyone to really focus on what you would like to see, not only in your life, but what would you like to see created in the world. This is a powerful time for transformation. So really coming together as one and setting intentions for what we want as a collective, not what we don't want. Okay, it's very easy to do that. It's very easy to go into the whole, well, I want this to go away, and I want this to, how about we focus on the productive creation of it. So we are all co-creators in the world. Hello, Hannah. Welcome, beautiful. We're all co-creators here on this planet. And so that means that we have the ability to create in union with the earth and with the universe and with the divine. So we can put intentions out there to shift this energy, to heal, to create, hopefully a cure, to see renewal happen sooner than later. So really be mindful of your words when you're creating over the next day or so, and put out there into the universe what you want to see. This happened, okay, so how can we move forward? I think that's going to be really powerful for all of us to be able to work that magic together. You can write down on pieces of paper what you'd like to create. I think that's the best way to get it out of the spiritual or the mental into the physical world. So you can get creative with it if you'd like. Another thing that I want to talk about is that today is actually the dark moon. So always the day or so before the new moon, we experience every month the dark moon. Dark moon is a time where the moon itself is preparing for its metaphoric death and rebirth. So it is really like the death of the moon. And tomorrow, at the time of the new moon prepares us for the moon's rebirth of a new cycle. It happens every month. So you see that constant cycle of death and rebirth when we flow with the energy of the moon. So we are constantly releasing and constantly reinventing ourselves. Mother Earth is doing this right now as well. Hello, beautiful Zana. Welcome and thank you for being here. Just talking about the energy forecast. We have a new moon tomorrow. Great time for planting seeds. And then today is the dark moon. And all dark moons, every month, it's a time for reflection. It is a time, why we call it the dark moon, because we are literally almost completely void of any light within the moon at this time. And so it's a time to go within, to disconnect from everything around us, to go within and to focus on what needs shifting within us, maybe within our life. So it's really an opportunity to embody, embrace your shadows, your fears, your challenges, your struggles. Hello, beautiful Di. Oh, you're not late at all. You're in perfect timing. Just talking about the empathy forecast right now, okay? So really it's a great time at the dark moon to go within and embrace, reflect, really look through what is going on at this time in your life. If you synchronize yourself and your life with the energy of the moon, it helps you to really flow and constantly be in that place of moving forward and creation. Because with the dark of the moon, this is a time for releasing, the shedding, and getting ready for a rebirth, right? So Mother Earth is doing the very same thing right now. She is in her dark night of the soul. And that's what we call it. And we have those dark nights of the soul. Some of you have heard me talk about this before. Every so often in our lives, we experience it multiple times, not just once, because this is where the magic happens. And even though on the surface, it can seem incredibly painful, devastating, difficult, it's how transformation occurs. So through the relinquishing of what is not in service to love and what is not in alignment with where we're going, or the highest good, what's not serving anymore, it comes up for dealing with at the time of a dark night of the soul. So this is what's happening. Mother Earth is going through her dark night of the soul. And simultaneously, we too are going through a collective dark night of the soul. This is not a bad thing from the big picture perspective. this is essential and necessary, although unfortunate, in the sense that it is harming so many people's lives, so many people's families. So please don't misunderstand. It is not that this is like, yay, this is amazing, let's celebrate it. We have that honor the sad aspect. It's the grieving, I think, that's necessary for us right now. But to acknowledge it, and acknowledging why it's happening, allows us to then rise up out of that. It allows us to not get caught up in the devastation of it, and then begin to prepare for life to go on, and then prepare for us to see how to do things differently. So that's what's happening with Mother Earth right now. She really is, and all of us, going through this dark night of the soul, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. She is transforming herself. Yes, Reese, a tower moment. She is transforming herself, resurrecting herself. But through a resurrection, we come out different, transformed, not the same. It's like the phoenix, reborn. And so we all are also going through this with her. Life will be different on the other side of this, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. So go with flow. Embrace what's happening as best as you can, and make necessary changes within yourself and within your life, as we kind of are having to anyway. And then go in flow with what you can create positively from this, what we can do going forward as a collective to assist the process, to assist one another, to assist Mother Earth. So I do believe I read something, it was an astrology Vedic perception, so Vedic astrology, which is, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, more in alignment with the Hindu culture and gods and their way of seeing and working with astrology. And they have a specific name for this time, and it does align with the dark night of the soul. And then they have another specific, I cannot remember off the top of my head, but they have another name for what, and Angie Walters actually might be able to drop those names in the comments, because I think that she also pays a little bit more attention to the Vedic astrology than the regular form of astrology that we all kind of tap into. And this is the time that we're now entering into a transitionary period where, so there will be a little pause before the rebirth. Okay, so there will be this whole shedding of the old, which is already happening. And then there's this pause in between the worlds, that transitionary moment, which allows us to go within. It allows us to make some changes within ourselves, to work on to focus on what hasn't been working, so that we can acknowledge it and then try to create something better from what hasn't been working, if that makes sense. And creating something new in ourselves and in our lives and for our families. So really doing things differently, productively, for the betterment of yourself, for the betterment of your family, and for the betterment of the world. So it's allowing us to make these necessary changes within. And then we experience that whole coming back up out of the darkness. So there is light, my friends. I will say, from a higher perspective, spiritual perspective, how long this lasts, I personally will say, and there might be people who disagree with this, but I'll personally say that I think that's up to us. I think it's up to how mindful we are with taking things seriously, but not going to extremes, I also feel, in the sense of the panic and the fear and the greed. That's not serving where we're going. It's all about becoming more mindful of how we're doing things, being more mindful of each other, unconditional love for one another, helping one another, and looking to the positive and sending, like I said, the healing and the light and what we can do to shift this circumstance and what is going on, versus falling into that trap of the fear and the paranoia, which helps to continue a cycle. All right, so I do think it does have partially more than partially to do with us as a collective and how we deal with this and how we react to it, for lack of for a better term, just really how we react to it. Okay, so just that is my empathy forecast for now. I do believe we're moving into the sign of Pisces if we haven't already. I know it's a new moon in Pisces. What I do know about the astrology and the sign of Pisces, and I know we have the lovely mermaid trove, Meredith Moore, is tuning in right now. You can feel free to drop some wisdom if you'd like to, sweetheart. I'm all about the collective sharing of information. But what I do know is that Pisces is ruled by Neptune, and Neptune is the most spiritual planet that there is. Pisces being a water sign, it's all about flow right now. Really doing our best to move in alignment and flow with everything, if that makes sense. So that's my energy empathy forecast. I know stuff is crazy feeling, but we can do our best to neutralize when it comes up, as you heard me say in the beginning, talking to Trista, with tapping into the collective's energy, or even experiencing your own emotions, your family emotions. I've had some bombs going off in my home these last couple of days with, overload of emotions. And I just remain the pillar of peace in the center, anchoring and doing my best to transmute that energy. I work with the violet flame. You can work with sound. I work with energy healing. You can call in the higher ups like Archangel Michael. The green Tara came forward for me today in my personal card messages. So all about cutting and clearing karmic cords and contracts not serving anymore. Helping to neutralize the energy and bringing it into balance, which is also something I've been working with. And we'll be doing that today, as I have been guided by Spirit to do a bit of an energy transmission today. So I had been connecting and, getting my own guidance like I do every day. And today I received a very powerful download. And that's the only way that I can explain this, is that I received a download, and intuitively I knew what it was. And it was, or is, creation codes is the best way that I can explain it. And that's not even a word or a phrase that I have used before. I made a post last night for the Twin Soul Cast, and that was the first time I've ever heard it used that way, creation codes. So today I received the download of the creation codes, and I'm hoping to be able to use them through, after we do our mudra. I will probably go right into maybe some light language, maybe some vocal toning, and transfer the codes that need to come through for all of those who are open and receptive today. So the creation codes, we have been, since the equinox on the 19th, 20th, the light and the dark have come into alignment. All right. So with that said, and I talked about this last week, I think, I had received information prior to the equinox that one of the reasons leading up to the equinox I kept getting a lot of headaches on and off was that we were having a right and left brain alignment. And so I had been getting waves of heat coming in, lots of energy coming in, and I know that I'm getting downloads when that happens. And I received the information about the right and left brain coming into alignment. Now that also is our own sacred masculine, sacred feminine within coming into alignment at the same time. So these creation codes are assisting us to align with Mother Earth and what we refer to as the new Earth codes, so that the changes that are happening, it allows us to assimilate them more easily. It allows us to adjust in flow with Mother Earth as she makes these shifts. So it's less resistant, I guess you could say, or we're less resistant to what's going on. That makes it harder for us to again, move in flow and raising up, because really essentially it's helping to raise us in vibration too, as well as Mother Earth. So it's really this co-create, it puts us in this place that's in alignment with Mother Earth. As she grows, we grow. As she expands, we expand. And it does flow easier, if that makes sense. So it's becoming a beautiful dance of co-creation between us and Earth and the divine, if that makes sense. And here we go. With a really high energy that came in last week, I have it here again. So it's going to be a very interesting transmission for all who are open to receive. And I will also help to neutralize the out of balance energies within the collective, so within all of you. And then as all of you go forward, you're carrying these codes that's assisting those that you come in contact with as well. And so it's a constant, like I said, a dance of co-creation, if that makes sense. That's probably the best way that I can put that into perspective. I hope that made sense to everybody. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Julie. Hi, Karen. Hi, Lori. Welcome and thank you for being here. So I just talked about the energy forecast and the services that the oracles and I are still offering. So if you missed any of that, you can catch it back on the replay. So we're going to go into the card reading. Then we will go into the mudra, which I'll talk more about when we get there. And then we will go right into the transmission together for those who wish to participate. Okay. Again, you have free will. You do not have to receive. You do not have to participate. Completely okay. All right, so I am working with, no surprise, Cheryl Yambrick Rose's new deck because I just love. And it is Transcendent Journeys Oracle. Okay, and it is backwards, so I apologize about that. Hi, Robin. Hello, Lynette. Welcome, loves. The energy empathy forecast, you can catch it back on replay. I'm going to go right into pulling the oracle card. Also, if you want to hang out after the mudra, I'm going to be sharing an energy transmission and creation codes that are going to come through at that time as well for those who are open to receiving. Okay, I just did the whole spiel on what they are, but I'll do a brief rundown again when we get there. Okay, all right. So everybody, take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And I want you to just relax, releasing all the tension, all of the stress of the week, the weekend, of the circumstances. Let it all fall away. Feel your body coming back into the earth, relaxing. All right. Hello, Donna. All right, so we are going to get into... Hi, Leanne. Welcome, sweetheart. Yes, you can catch the replay. No worries at all. We're getting into pulling the card for the collective this week of March 23rd, 2020, and what we most need to know. Ooh, all right. Interesting. So this card is a 45, which is a 9. And you know, 9 is the number of ultimate completion and achievement. It's the number of ending a major cycle, a major chapter in our life coming to an end. You know, most times when we hear something like that, we might actually go into a state of fear or panic. But I'm actually feeling like this is the much needed breath of fresh air that we've all been hoping for. So I feel like there is this massive cycle, like we talked about with the energy forecast of the dark night of the soul, Mother Earth coming to completion, or moving through her death and rebirth cycles. And so that new moon is going to facilitate. Hello, beautiful Barbara and Jill, just on the Moonday Oracle card. I do feel like the new moon is going to facilitate this push towards renewal. So we might not see it really quickly. We might not see it right away. But I feel like it is coming to an end here with the old, out with the old. So 9 is also the number of achievement. I want to keep that in mind. It's about completion, like you did it, level up type of thing. So it is achievement of a goal as well. 9 can also be it could represent extremes in polarity from one end to the other. So I do feel like we might experience a shift this week from where we had that extreme one end. We might be able to move into the extreme polarity of it. So I do feel like it's a balancing out. And I think I maybe lost everybody for a second. So before I keep going, am I still here? Can you still see me, still hear me okay? Thank you. Robin, can you see me yet? I know you said lost me. Just want to make sure. Adana. Awesome. Thank you, Bridge. All right, good. All right, I'll keep going then. So I feel like we can experience what has been extremely out of alignment. We can experience a realignment or a rebalancing of that. I'm almost seeing a seesaw in my head, but when the seesaw gets balanced just right in the center where it's even weight, I'm feeling that. All right. So I do feel like it might be slow in the going, but I want everybody to keep it in mind. The card, however, it's Medina, go your own way. Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate that. All right, good. Hopefully it's good on the replay and we don't have to worry about it. Okay, so yes, the card is go your own way. So, connecting with this card, I'm feeling like I'm really drawn to the fact that she's kind of surrounded by these pine trees and seemingly in the middle of nature. Really drawn to the fact that she's got, this little wolf puppy with her, there's a wolf around her, and there's a rabbit. Oh, Bridge. Because your soul is resonating with the messages or the energy that's coming through. That's wonderful. I feel like with this, it's less about go your own way than it is going a different way. I feel like it is about getting back to nature. I feel like it's a signal for us to, whereas I'm literally seeing this like as if we were going our own way, like we've come to the end of a journey, it's time to pack up, take our stuff and go, right? But it's more of a symbolic vision that I'm having, where it makes me feel like it is us recognizing that it is time to go a different way, that the way that we have been doing things up to this point was not, it's run its course, I don't feel like it was in the best interests of us as a collective or as for Mother Earth and all of our brethren, the trees, the plants, the ocean. So I do feel like this is about becoming very innovative this week and getting back to nature, in realizing that there are other ways to take care of the things that we deemed as everyday lifestyles or everyday things that we've done. It's really about reconnecting with the nature all around us. I'm also feeling like it's about really being more mindful of the animals. And I feel like Spirit is saying like you're supported, because in my mind I'm having flashes of the wolf that was at the bottom there, the bigger wolf that seemed more like a protector and a guardian. The rabbit is going this way, and the rabbit is about springing forward, fertility, and it is about like that leap, kind of like a leap ahead. So with all of these messages, I really feel like the message of the week is to do things a different way, finding ways that are more your way than the way that you have felt kind of guided to live your life, or the ways that we have or habits that we have adopted throughout our lifetime, the way that collective or society teaches us to do things. I really feel like this is a time for us to really start to, it's about that whole independence. But what's interesting is that this kind of independence isn't more of the separation. It's more of the interconnectedness. It's more of bringing us back to the oneness of the all. So it is about learning different. I know my daughter and myself, with this time to really kind of be home more and connecting, we have been really having fun with different homeopathic remedies. And she has actually sparked a huge interest in learning how to become and live more homeopathic and more off the earth, more of making herbal tinctures and remedies. So I feel like that's really beautiful, because she's 17 years old, and really, aside from what's been happening now, and most of these the younger generations, they're way ahead of us. I mean, they're pretty advanced souls. But even this shocked me a bit. So, like, you don't expect a 17-year-old to say to you, like, I want to learn how to prepare my own natural remedies and how to, live more naturally versus all of these things that we put into our bodies. So it's not something that you would really think of had maybe the situation not come about. So it's things like that, I feel like connecting more, like developing a different routine for even your animals, because I'm really, really strongly connected to the fact that she has those animals in the card with her there. Developing something more for your animals, even, whether it be a more sustainable way. Many people are experiencing financial hardships right now. And so it isn't really so affordable to buy so much pet food, because let's face it, pet food is incredibly expensive. So maybe this is a time also to start really looking to go your own way in regards to how to best naturally feed your animals. Maybe buying chicken or something in bulk is something that you want to do to help them. Maybe it's about going completely away from eating animals, period, and going into a all natural vegan diet, or just solely vegetarian. It's going to be up to you, I think, this week. I think there's no script, guys. I think that this is about listening to our heart, our truth. And I will say that I have been receiving messages this past week or two unlike anything I've ever been experiencing in my entire life. And they're loud and clear, and really connecting with myself in a way that I didn't even realize was possible. So it's about going your own way this week. I feel like we're going our own way. As a collective, the planet is really doing her own thing. She's saying, I'm going my own way. You guys got to get on board. You got to catch up. You got to follow, because this is happening whether you like it or not, So finding different ways to really come back to your individualism or independence, not being so dependent on these things that are threatening to fall away from us now, and really learning how to live sustainably in different ways for yourself, for your family, but also environmentally friendly. So that's the interconnectedness that brings us all back together. Through our independence, do we find interconnectedness, which is quite interesting, right? So I hope that makes sense to everybody, that I explained that as best as I could. Okay. Hello, Jessica. Welcome, sweetheart. So in the beginning, I did share a lot of great information about the energy and the empathy forecast happening and stuff right now. with new moon tomorrow, dark moon today. Great time to sit down, go within, really reflect on how these feelings have come up and what this whole situation has taught us and what we learn and what we can do going forward now. This is a brand new week, brand new moon. What do we want to create now? What do we want to plant seeds for? So, and literally, maybe we want to plant some seeds. Maybe we want to start our own gardens. This is a great time. So, Lynette, I know I saw you posted that you just got a bunch of your own seeds or something like that. So, really great time for that. Hi, Ashley. Welcome. So I just finished up the Moon Day part of the reading. I pulled the card for the week, and I did talk about the energy in the beginning, and all of this will be available on replay for anybody who wants to catch all that back. All right. Now I'm going to go into the Mudra. Courtney says, I pulled that on the equinox. Which one? The Medina card. Okay. All right. So I am going to be pulling a Mudra card for all of us to do a Mudra together. So Mudras, I should show you my deck first. It is Mudras for Awakening the Five Elements by Alison D. Nicola. Mudras are ancient, I should say, they come from the ancient Tibetan cultures, and the many of the Hindu belief system actually works with mudras. You see their gods and their goddesses depicted with them. The word mudra itself is Sanskrit. They are in the ancient Sanskrit language, which is believed to be a form of light language. It's a very, very ancient language. Sorry, I'm seeing the comments at the same time. Oh, that's pretty awesome, Courtney. Jessica says, you are right on. I was just thinking about this. It keeps going. While now sitting at home is the time for us to reflect on how we have been living. Yeah, absolutely, sweetie. It's exactly what it is. So working through those things, okay? Mudras, again, Sanskrit is believed to be an ancient, very ancient, powerful language, believed to be one of the forms of light language. And it is, it's the vibration of that language that when you speak those words, it's actually creating powerful energy movement within us. So the word mudra is, again, Sanskrit, and it does translate into energy or energy seal. And these seals are formed with our hands and connected to our chakra system. So when we form these seals with our hands, we activate our palm chakras. Our fingers act as triggers. So forming, say, different movements like this, lots of these we've always really done. Catch people doing this sometime. This is actually mudra. Using these mudras actually allow us to channel energy into our auric field and our energy body, which consists of many layers. We have 4 main bodies known as our physical body, our emotional body, our mental body, and our light body. Channeling energy into our energy centers or chakras allows us to clear blockage from those energy centers, from those bodies and those pathways that link those bodies, to promote a healthy flow of life force energy through us that feeds our chakras. When those chakras are blocked from receiving that life force energy, it does create blockage and issues in our mental body, in our light bodies, as well as in our emotional layers and bodies, and that can trickle then into the physical and become an actual physical disease or physical ailment. So this does alleviate those issues just by working with one mudra. Some mudras are connected to just 1 or 2 chakras. Some mudras are connecting with all of the chakras. So these are very powerful. They're so powerful that some do actually come with caution, because if you suffer from a certain physical condition that mudra does amplify or work with, it can trigger a bit of irritability there. So we just give you a heads up that you choose to work with it in your own, at your own discretion, if you will. Okay. All right. Courtney says, for me, the message was to bring things back into a natural flow modestly. That's a great message as well. Yeah, it really is. When I'm looking at it, it gives me the whole sense of like coming back to nature, you know, just really interconnecting with everything. So that's really like the overall message. I tried to break it down and help it to be a little bit more understandable how you could exactly do that. But I think essentially it's really just about coming back to nature, coming back to that oneness, but learning how to do things your own way is so important. Okay. So yes, so working with these mudras are so beneficial to us. They do help to create that necessary life force to flow through us unrestricted, and essential, or I should say eventual removing blockage in your light body will allow for eventual consciousness expansion as well, which can eventually help us towards ascension and enlightenment. All right. So we're going to do the mudra. After we do the mudra, I'm probably going to go right into working with sending and transmitting these light language creation codes. So for those of you who are just tuning in, I will say this really briefly. I did say it in the beginning. So I do work with light language. Some of you have seen my transmissions come through before, and vocal toning. And this really is a form of light healing and code that comes through and is passed from me to you through sound. And it is only for the highest and greatest good as I work with the Holy Spirit and the divine Shekinah, as well as my soul self, to channel these energies and transmissions. And they're always a little different. You know, it really does depend on what we're needing at the time. Sometimes they're for blessings, sometimes they're for healing, sometimes they're upgrades, activations. And so today I actually received a download when I was pulling my cards and connecting. And the information that came through at the time was that I would be channeling, or that I received personally, creation codes. And that's not a term that I really have ever used before yesterday. And so I kind of, sat intuitively to ask what it was that what are these creation codes? And the message that I received was I was actually shown again how we have been balancing the right and left sides of the brain for the balancing of light and dark, for the balancing of our masculine and feminine polarities, and for the balancing of the energies within the earth. And so as that affects our consciousness as well. So these codes that we're going to be coming through are to help to harmonize, to neutralize what is out of alignment within Mother Earth, but also within us. And it helps by us receiving these creation codes. It does help us to better be able to assimilate the new energy coming in, the new earth codes, because we are creating new earth as we speak. It's happening. It's been happening. But it helps us to be less resistant to it in the way that we're struggling with it, So it helps us to embody these codes. And when you're carrying these codes, it allows you to adjust in synchronicity with Mother Earth, or in alignment with her. And it also helps you, what you're carrying, you're transmitting them through your aura, with everything around you, with others. So it really is helping. All right, so there's nothing negative that comes through, but again, you have free will, and if you do not choose to receive these, you don't have to. If you do wish to receive these codes, all you have to do in the comments, or even say it out loud, I am open to receiving the creation codes coming through Jamie for my highest and greatest good only. Okay, and that kind of helps do a little bit of a, give you that, that little bit of extra added protection there too, for my highest good only. Okay. All right. So we'll do that right after when we do the mudra together. Hi, Annie. Definitely going to catch back the replay. We're on the Mudra, but you are in perfect timing for the Mudra and for this transmission to happen. So, hope you're well. Yes, 22 viewers. Master builder, that is being an architect, co-creator, to create the foundation that you wish to live upon. Okay. All right, so what mudra comes forward for the collective good for the week of March 23rd, 2020, for our highest and greatest good? Ooh, all right. Well, this is not a mudra, but we will take another one to go with it. Hello, beautiful Rosemary. It is the air element. Look at that. Air, to me, is also connected with your mind, the mental body, and anybody who reads tarot knows that the swords are connected to the element of air, and air is connected to the mind and the mental process of things. So that's interesting, considering I was just talking about the left and right hemispheres of our brains coming into alignment. So there is the air. Also lungs. Yes, Rosemaria, good point there. Also lungs, which is probably more needed than anything right now. But again, the mental process plays a huge part, I guess, on our physical as well, doesn't it? So the yoga poses connected to this are cobra, upward dog, and bridge, for those of you who work with yoga. And its sense is touch. Its energy center, believe it or not, is the heart chakra. Symbols, it tells you the symbols here, different animals that are connected to the element of air, which are gazelle, deer, hawk, clouds, not an animal, but it's a symbol, and open vistas, which, interesting, huh? I have actually never pulled this before. It rules over the heart, lungs, respiratory system, thymus, and nervous system. So its qualities are to be open-hearted, loving, light, compassionate, and forgiving. Okay, so we are working with the energy of the element of air, but we're also going to pull a mudra too and see what else comes through. Ooh, very interesting. Wow. It is the Sahasrara mudra. Probably didn't say that right, but it is called universal light. Whoa. Co-creation and creation codes coming through light language. Not a big deal. Not at all. Just another day, right? Assists in meditation, concentration, and wisdom. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Now you all saw my eyes were closed. My eyes were closed when I pulled this thing. If I try to show this to you, it's going to be backwards and you can't read it anyway, but you'll see it when I post it to my page, which I will do afterwards for those of you who want to work with this all week long. It balances right and left sides of the brain. I love spirit. Like, you can't make this stuff up, man. You really can't. Improves concentration and brain function. Stimulates the pituitary and the pineal glands. Reduces headaches. Great, I'm going to need that. And calms the spirit. We all need that. Opens one to unified consciousness. Creation codes indeed. Its element is space. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do this one together. All right, I'm going to walk you through this. So easy. Look at that. Who would have thought? So easy, right? All right, so you're going to bring the hands together, touching the tips of both thumbs and the tips of the index fingers. Okay? So then you are going to spread the other fingers wide, send the palms facing upward over the crown of the head. I'm going to try to shrink down so you can see. Okay? What are we bringing in here some big juju, guys. Facing over the crown of the head, and then you're going to practice this standing or seated, day or night. It doesn't matter. Indoors or outside. So I'm going to have everybody close your eyes, straighten your spine, and keep that over your head. So like this, right over that crown. All right? And have you take a nice deep breath in, and as you do, focus on that universal light pouring in through the top of your crown. Release. Again, nice deep breath in through your crown. Release. Last breath. In through your nose. And release. And you can state, I awaken to the divine union of all in the universe. I awaken to the divine union of all in the universe. I awaken to the divine union of all in the universe. And you can relax your hands. For those who are open to receiving the light transmission and vocal toning, all you have to say is, I am open to receiving the transmission from Jamie for my highest and greatest good. And just relax. And I'm hearing, place your hands over your heart chakra. And we're going to have the vocal toning coming through first. And I do call forth the Holy Spirit, the divine Shekinah, my higher self, the family of light. And I ask that only which comes through be of divine truth, light, and love for the highest and greatest good of all concerned. And you can do the vocal toning right along with me if you choose. Irat ennat iatu shammat yat ak inneriatu tu shammarianat, varatasham aniat et irot uk aniant eshir, varatani anat eshim an et eshir, brot unat et irot eshim, varatana ianat eshima irot anariat varatisha ina irot ani enamat ariat eshim an. Vrat ana irot ishima ani eshua ina erot erotinati mat ishimar akinati mat ishim nat uk init at ishim eriat in Vrodinariat eti ishi ada it ennat Vrodunat eshim a Vroduniat etirum. Ba ish a inat nin amar yatir. Vrodnin amariatesh. Take a nice deep breath in. Release. And allow those codes to adjust and acclimate into your light body, into your auric field, into your physical body. Feel yourself being anchored, grounded deep within Mother Earth's heart, connected through your crowns into the cosmic heart that may flow above and below, conduits for heaven and earth. And so it is. And we give thanks to those that have assisted in this transmission today. And we give thanks to all of you who are participating in the co-creation of your new earth, new consciousness, new way. And so it is. Ooh. Okay. I saw it cut out right at the end when I opened up my eyes. So I do really hope that it got the whole transmission all bridge. Let it out, sweetheart. The transmissions and the transference, I should say, also might stimulate that in which needs to be released. And that is such a beautiful form of release, crying. So please don't hold those in when you need to. Or if you're like me, ridiculous, obnoxious laughter also helps. Thank you, all of you, for being here with me, for tuning in, for allowing me to transmit those codes, and for being part of this revolutionary healing process in this new age. I hope to talk to all of you again soon. Hopefully I'll be here next Monday. And if anything comes up in between, I'll let you know. Bye-bye.